Oh, okay. Sorry. I gotta read this one too. I need to know what fucking happens. This sounds so shitty. Am I the asshole for taking my fiance's dinner after he touched mine? It gets worse. I promise you it gets worse. Dickie coming to a close. Here we go. I'll be quick. My F26 fiance, M32, is blind. We don't disagree a lot, except he always gets bothered whenever I eat different food from what he's eating when we go out. Like if we're having dinner out and I order else, he instantly gets upset and accuses me of treating him as less than when I just have different taste in foods. I just eat what he eats to keep the peace. I eat out alone as alternative. But since he clearly doesn't trust me, he'd randomly touch my plate to see if I'm having the same dish. This caused huge arguments between us. I told him to stop doing it and he said he would. What? We went out to eat nights ago and I ordered the same dish he ordered. When the food arrived, he looked somewhat uncomfortable. I asked what was wrong and he refused to say. Before I could even grab the fork, he extended his arm and his hand touched the food on my plate. He moved quickly and started excusing what he did, saying he just wanted to make sure, but I lost it on him. I felt so grossed out and there was no way I could eat the food after he touched it. He tried to get me to drop it, saying I shouldn't be grossed out by his hand, that I overreacted, etc. But I grabbed his plate and told him that I was taking it as my dinner. He at first asked me to be rational and give the plate back, but I refused. An argument ensued and we had a fight. He then ended up leaving, started spam texting me, accusing me of bitter, pathetic, and childish, and robbing his dinner. He went to stay with his friend who picked him up, and his friend sided with him, saying I was in the wrong. Even went as far as to say I was abusing my fiance and financially controlling him when I pointed out that I was the one who paid for the food. What? Huh? What the fuck is happening right now? The problem is magnified now with him wanting an apology and me refusing to give one. My parents think I should have more patience, and this is just typical love spats between us, but I'm not sure. Was I the asshole with how I handled this? What the fuck? Yeah, do not get married. No. Like, why is it an issue if someone orders different food from you? How in any way does that insinuate someone is treating you less than? Edit, I want to point out that this is not the case when we ate at home. He has no issue with me eating different food, but in public, it's a different story. Like, what the fuck is going on? Info, why on earth does he insist that you must order the same dish he orders at restaurants? And why on earth are you actually following this rule he's implemented? This is ridiculously controlling. Absolutely, 100%. I agree. Your emotions are your own and you are responsible for them. Someone else can help, but they are not responsible for them. Right, exactly. You are responsible for controlling your own emotions. When you make that someone else's problem, you're an asshole. It is not your fault if you have been traumatized in the past. It is not your fault if you had been beaten or abused and that causes triggers to happen later on, but it is your responsibility to deal with those. It fucking sucks that you do. It fucking sucks that that was placed upon you, but it is your responsibility. You should not force that onto anybody else. And especially, you should not force onto anyone else the regulation of your own emotions. And even if it was something like that, he should let her know why he's triggered. Right. Let them know. Fucking talk. Communication free space. Give me a keyword to look up a new post. We're gonna do top prank posts. This one has over 13,000. Oh my God, it's a big one. Okay. Am I the asshole for making my son clean up after his sister in the bathroom? Ooh, we are 50-50 split. Okay. Am I the asshole for making my son clean up after his sister in the bathroom? I'm 40s F and have two children, Dax, M12, and Mia, F14. Not real names for privacy. My kids don't get along super well. Dax thinks pranks are really funny, I guess like every 12-year-old boy, and he annoys Mia with them a lot. It's something my husband and I have been working on, as it's the source of many fights between them. Dax gets a lot of prank ideas from YouTube and TikTok, and will often recreate what he sees. Please monitor your kids' YouTube and TikTok very, very closely for these prank videos, because that is a very, very slippery slope into fascism. Anyway, most of them are harmless, something like a fake spider in her food, etc. But this time I think he went too far. Dax thought it would be funny to put saran wrap over the toilet before my daughter went to the bathroom. He says he got the idea from online. I don't know if this is a thing, but it's a terrible prank. Basically, he put plastic wrap onto the toilet seat, so if someone sits on it, well, pretty much it makes a mess instead of going into the bowl. You know, ew. So he does this right before Mia goes in the bathroom to pee. When she gets in there, she sits on the seat like normal, pees, and since there's plastic wrap over the hole, her pee collects on it and gets everywhere, all around the ground, the toilet, and on her. She comes to me crying. She's embarrassed because she's a teenage girl, and this is disgusting. I told Mia to shower, not to worry about the mess. Here's where I might be the asshole. I go to my son and yell at him for what he did. I tell him that's not an appropriate prank, and he's not old enough to know that's not okay. And then I made him clean it up. He started crying, saying it's unfair I make him clean up his sister's pee. You made that mess. You made the mess. You literally made that mess. Not your sister. Your sister was going to pee in the toilet. Your sister was using the bathroom like a normal person. You are the one that made that mess. What the fuck do you mean it's not fair? He started crying, saying it's unfair I make him clean his sister's pee. It's gross and he's going to be sick. He says it's from her body, so she should clean it. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm fucking saying? The fucking pipeline to watching some of these YouTubers and content creators on TikTok. You see how that line of thinking could lead to very, very, very problematic ideals. But it was all his fault and literally his mess to deal with. I don't know why I should humiliate my daughter further or why I should have to clean it. The biggest thing he needs to learn. I told him the mess was his fault. He should think about the repercussions of his actions next time, because this is what his prank caused. And then I stood in the doorway and watched as I made him clean all of the urine off the floor and toilet. I think it was an appropriate punishment considering it's really just the natural consequence of what he did, and it doubles as a general lesson in how to clean a toilet, in which he has to learn at some point anyway. While my husband disagrees, and the problem has made itself apparent. Anyway, well, my husband disagrees. This all happened while he was at work, and after he got home, Dax complained to him. He told me I was overly harsh on our son and put him in danger by exposing him to germs. But he doesn't wash his hands when he pees? Exactly. My husband disagrees, put him in danger, exposing him to... But I gave him the same gloves I use when I have to wash the toilet, and it's not like he was unsupervised. But my husband is mad at me and told him I went too far and that it's bad parenting. Of course, my son is mad at me too. My daughter's on my side. Am I the asshole? Am I a bad mom? Fuck no. How dare you make him clean up a mess that he caused? Top comment here. Not the asshole, but your husband is. Yeah, and you can see why Dax thinks it's okay to pull this shit on his sister. I wonder where he learns it from. The answer is... no! No! What the fuck is your husband on about? You put him in danger by exposing him to germs. He cleaned a toilet, for fuck's sake. We all do it. In fact, lots of 12-year-olds do it as a part of their chores. You should ask your husband if he'd prefer it if he left Dax's messes for him to clean up when he finishes work in the future. Get the kid to piss on his dad in his sleep. Ninny, no! I've got a new post for us. Yeah, I've got a new post for us. I do. Am I the asshole for giving future mother-in-law 3 days to pay me for a new wedding dress, or else I show the family a photo of her wearing it? How are we spread on this dickie? 22% asshole, 78% not the asshole. So, I'm getting married to my fiance soon. I bought my wedding dress weeks ago. My future mother-in-law kept pestering me about trying it on, but I firmly refused. I finally shut it down after she offered me $100 to let her try it on. What? Her reasoning for persisting so much? She says it's because of her love for wedding dresses and her obsession with them. That seems like the right word here. Obsession. That kind of... What? Fast forward to yesterday. I came home from work early and I found my fiance at home. He freaked out after seeing me and tried to prevent me from going into my room while trying to text somebody on his phone. I opened the door and was shocked to see his mom standing there wearing my dress. Oh. Ooh. I instantly pulled out my phone and took a photo of her in it. She and my fiance freaked out after I told her that she needed to pay me for a new dress in 3 days or else I'll show the whole family the photo. She started crying and then left, and my fiance blew up at me saying I can't be serious and that I overreacted because his mom just wanted to try the dress on. No harm done? What the fuck? You were about to marry this man. I refused to listen to him because, in my opinion, the dress should only be worn by the bride and the bride only. Quite frankly, I feel disgusted looking at the dress again. I don't want it anymore. And so I think it's fair that she pays me after she ruined it for me. He yelled at me and told me to wake up and stop treating his mom like that as if she was an enemy. This is... His relationship with his mom is extremely concerning. Red flag. We had a fight after he failed to get me to back down, and he's staying with his mom since then. Oh, of course. I felt awful, but I spent $3,000 on this dress! Ah! What? And worked hard to get it. I can't stand looking at it, but people in my family think I'm escalating things and risking my relationship with not only my future mother-in-law, but my fiance as well. Risk the fucking relationship. This is so fucking weird. This is the biggest red flag you could possibly ever see, maybe. Unless they were like a serial killer or something. That's probably a little bit worse. But still, like, what the fuck? I don't know how to tell you this, bestie. Your fiance wants to his mom. Get out of there. Get him out. Throw them both in the dumpster and leave as fast as possible. Update. Oh my God, this blew up, and so I thought I'd add some updates. My fiance called and offered to pay for the dress himself so we can end the conflict, but he wants me to, 1, hand him my phone so he can delete the photo himself. 2, swear that I don't have any copies to use against his mom later. 3, apologize to his mom. And 4, and lastly, he asked that I quit his family group chat and log out of Facebook for at least a month. What the fuck, dude? What? It got so much weirder and so much worse. Hey, I need you to delete this picture that you justifiably took. I also need you to promise you don't have any copies so that you can make my mommy look bad. Also, I need you to apologize to my mom for wearing your $3,000 dress. And lastly, I need you to leave our group chats and log off of Facebook so we can talk shit on you for a month without you getting mad or angry about it, okay? P.S. He called with this offer / conditions hours ago, but I didn't want to include this in the post, but now I did. Also, I'm not sure if I'll agree because I don't want him to pay for it. I want his mom, the one who wore it, to pay for it. Not being vicious, but trying to hold her accountable. Break up with him. Leave. Ghost all of them. Yeah, literally, top comment here. Not the asshole, but are you sure you want to marry this guy? He stood guard outside your bedroom so that his mother could try on your wedding dress. Do you think he will ever stand up for you against her. Also, I think all the incest suggestions are way off base. He's just an asshole who can't say no to his mother and is prepared to deceive OP if it will shut his mother up. His mother, on the other hand, is controlling, manipulative, deceitful, and will probably be an absolute horrible mother-in-law. No. This is giving fetish content vibes. Sometimes something big, like a wedding, is what it takes for bad things about a relationship to come to light. I totally think this is one of those moments. Oh, 100%, right. I'm convinced the mom was modeling this dress for him before fiance showed up. The timing is just too weird. Yeah, it's so fucking weird. It's so, like, bare minimum, it's really fucking weird. I'm saying not the asshole. Not even a little bit. Send the photo to everyone invited with an announcement that regretfully you will no longer be participating in the wedding, but you wish the couple the best. Oh, hey, I didn't notice you there. Welcome. I hope you're here for Hole.